Hey yo, welcome back to the ranch. I'm Jared Paul, and today it's a nice early morning, nice Saturday, and it's time to prune up a Japanese black pine. But before we get to that, I just want to show you how the trees on the deck are popping off. Personal favorite early season. I didn't plant this, but really nice little accent. And these tridents that have survived the worst. And I'm tempted to go in and clean them up, but I've got so much more important things on the bonsai list to do. They're just gonna look pretty and full for now. But yeah, the Japanese maples, everything recovered well from the repots. It changes like crazy from week to week, so it's been about a week, so I figured I'd show y'all. The blueberry. Gonna have some nice different pops of blueberries on here. This thing was in terrible condition about 6 years ago, so it's really come a long way as a bonsai tree. And the last thing I want to show you, the wisteria. Excuse my voice, it's early in the morning. Kids were crazy last night, so the wisteria was going off, like it was taking over this and just insane. And this is common, so they come out and then they shoot down, and the larger they get, the more down they go. So they were basically covering the entire trunk line. So I pruned it up last night. No video, just enjoying the temporary time when the kids were both asleep. So anyways, I really cleaned it up. There were some larger branches. I left it pretty full because I wasn't sure how I was going to do with overwintering outside this year, but it did well. So there we go. Now, without further ado, my largest Japanese black pine, one of my few pines that's planted by itself. And even though I want it to be larger, it looks like it's about to take the hell off, so we're gonna have to tame it. So that's what's coming up on today's episode of Jarhead Bonsai. All right, let's try this angle. We got some nice moss. I left it bare around the trunk because that moss can creep up and start climbing it quickly. I had some wire on it last year and it did help a little bit, but either I didn't leave it on long enough because it kept biting in, or this thing's just strong and has its own will. Either way. Either way, I'm loving it. I am tempted to take out this main branch though, because I have a bunch of back budding down here. It is a little thick for the rest of them, so you know what? I'm just going to do that. All right, cool. I'm mowing later, so I just been chucking branches into the yard and they'll turn into, like, you know, the mulch. All right, so since I cleaned it up for these down here, there are 1, 2, 3, 4 branches starting. I don't think we need all those. So this one's going interiorly. I'll nip that out. And then there's 2 really close together. I'll take out that one. I'll leave the 2. So you see these candles, they're getting nice and long. And it's always like, I don't know, I can't remember what I did the year before, what timing it was. So I'm just going to stick with it. If there's two, I'll leave them and nip them back. If there's more than two, I'll take the smaller ones, keep the smaller ones, take the largest one out. See, these needles get crazy long. And Japanese black pines, they have like the most aggressive needles I've seen. They're very thick and sturdy. So let's just go right across the top here. Boom. If it seems like a really dominant one, I'll take out a lot. If it's on like a lower branch, smaller branch, I'm not hitting them so hard. Sounds like Stella's up. I hear thumping around in there. Yep, this bad boy's gonna need some more wire for sure. I would not call it a successful first wiring on this tree at all. Alright, there's a third one down in here that I missed. If you could see this, but terrible wire bite. And it happened so quickly on this one. I don't know about this branch. See, I don't want to take any branches out, especially if I'm going to wire. Unless, like I showed you before, that one branch was just so thick and dominant, it didn't look good. Never would. So it is a little overcrowded up here, but yeah. You guys agree? Alright, cool. We'll leave them probably... I'm going to wait till later fall this year unless somebody comments and says it's a bad idea, but I'm thinking if they slow down over winter with the thickening, I'll set the wire in over winter and then in spring remove it when I do my... Well, I guess when I set them out. There's 3 up here. I'll take out this middle one. And I might have to come back if there's some later developing candles and they start to look just like these. I'll nip them back then. But for now, I'm just trying to get ahead and stay ahead of all these trees. Big dominant one in the middle. Leave the other 2, give them a little nip. And if I catch some of the last year's needles in the process, I don't care. Last year what I did was I pretty much removed all the needles. And it gave me a nice view of what the tree could be. And you know, when you're trying to refine the needles and get them to come out a lot smaller, and then you've got these 3-inch needles from the year prior, like these are actually probably 1.5 inches, 2 inches shorter than the years prior. So this tree from the beginning has just been so dominant. That's why I planted it by itself and let it grow. All same set of seeds, but this one just grew 2 to 3 times as quickly as the rest. And out of, I don't know, maybe 50 Japanese black pines to start. So it wants to grow large. I'm going to take out this one here. Got this nice little branch over here, and this one. And this one I could tell was just going to get really thick really quickly. I'm going to have to try to do it again this year. I love how dominant both these are, coming up from a nice sturdy trunk, and then they're really symmetrical coming out. And even following the same line's kind of cool, but I'll just have to find a way to work one's branches away from the other. I think just like that, even that right there, evens it out while also following that flow that I like. All right. Yeah, there's a lot to work with, and I'm happy that there is. There's times I'm tempted to just actually take these two out here, boom, and then really refine it down with that nice thick trunk there. But yes, for right now, I think we're set up nicely for the season. So that's going to do it for today's episode of Jarhead Bonsai, y'all. Hope you're enjoying your Sunday morning. And for my family, yours, cheers.